Picture this, you were born to a race of warriors known as Saiyans, and you got really dang lucky with your spawn stats because you're one of the strongest Saiyans on the planet while just being an infant. You were meant to be a lowborn, a low-class warrior meant for nothing more than cannon fodder missions. But instead, you're placed among the most elite of Saiyans. For some reason, you were born with a power level significantly higher than any Saiyan baby in history, and this astounding power level of 10,000 horrifies your planet's ruler, King Vegeta. Though, despite your outrageous power, you're still a baby, and the slightest thing could set you off. Like this little shit sleeping in a pod next to you, Kakarot. He just keeps crying and fucking wang non-stop. So, you cry too. These days spent crying due to Kakarot are where your first real memories are formed. And you'll never forget those days. You'll never forget Kakarot, because he and his sobbing serve as a reminder for what's yet to come. Before you're able to form any memories beyond the pointless crying, King Vegeta acts on his impulses and aims to kill you. The king sneaks into your chamber in the night and plunges a knife into your chest, tossing you aside like garbage along with your father, Paragus. Your father tried to defend you, but in the end, he proved to be too weak. As you lay in the dirt, the planet begins to crumble around you, exploding suddenly. The planet begins shaking and your father starts to panic. But all of this chaos, all of the shit you've endured in your short life, the threat of it ending so suddenly, all of it festers deep within you and you undergo a breathtaking transformation, tapping into the astounding power you were born with. With all of this power, you take your father's hand as a protective shield of energy surrounds you, transporting you away from the doomed planet, narrowly escaping its destruction. You fly through space at lightning speed before landing on another planet with your father. You were meant for nothing more than peasant work, but the universe had other plans. King Vegeta tried to kill you, but the universe had other plans. Your father plans on controlling you, but you have other plans. You are the Saiyan race's strongest son. You are the legendary Super Saiyan known as Broly. And this is your story, damn it. After you clutch up and save your father, the power you had dissipates, and your survival is left up to Daddy Paragus for now. For years, Paragus trains you and fills your head with his ideals, though none of what he speaks of ever really interests you. Nothing much interests you, honestly. You may be strong as all hell, but you're also a soft-spoken, quiet, and slightly daft sumbitch. Like, let's just say you're not playing with the full deck of cards, if you catch my drift. After some years, your power, mixed with your constant temper tantrums and anger issues, proved to be too much for Papa P to handle. So, when you're off guard, your father puts a necklace around your neck and shackles on your wrists. These binds are linked to a wristband that Paragus can activate at any time, and when he does, you feel an extreme shock that sort of deactivates you. Sort of like a shock collar for a dog. This leaves you fully at your father's whim and under his thumb. You know he cares for you deep down, and that this is just his way of keeping you safe. But at the end of the day, it's still a massive betrayal. And even though things return to a sort of normal between you and Paragus, you never forget it. Regardless, life continues on, and Paragus speaks constantly of his hate for King Vegeta, his hate for most Saiyans as a whole, and eventually, he catches word that King Vegeta's son, Prince Vegeta, is still alive. The prince somehow survived the blast that destroyed your planet, and he's residing on some dunghill of a world called Earth. Paragus instantly puts a plan into motion and prepares to lure Vegeta Jr. into a trap. Paragus and yourself find a planet doomed to be destroyed by a massive comet called Comet Komori. The two of you then recruit some soldiers to act as your army. On your father's orders, you then enslave a nearby planet of weaklings called Samoans. You force the Samoans to relocate to the doomed world under the promise that you won't kill them or destroy their planet with your power. Your father's slaves then get to work and build the planet up to his specifications. They begin working on the ruins of the planet and refurbishing them into somewhat livable areas. But the most important part is the castle. The castle in which Papa P plans on luring Vegeta with. You see, all of this was prepared for the sole reason of luring Vegeta Jr. to this planet. And if Paragus can keep up the ruse long enough, then the prince will perish alongside the planet. Once everything is prepared, Paragus departs from the planet and travels to Earth, leaving you behind. He tells you that he's going to convince Vegeta Jr. to be this planet's new king in order to stop the legendary Super Saiyan. He says that he'll use this pretend threat and act as if he's trying to revive the Saiyan Empire in order to lure Vegeta in. And you don't have to wait long to see if this plan worked, because shortly after your father left, he returns with Prince Vegeta, or should we now say, King Vegeta. You stand outside of the castle and watch as Paragus introduces Vegeta to the crowd of soldiers, all of which pretending to be hyped for their new king. When Vegeta nears you, your father tells him that you're his only son and that you are in Vegeta's service. You greet the king and confirm your father's words, offering your strength to him. One of your soldiers then rushes to Vegeta and tells him that the legendary Super Saiyan has attacked nearby, right on cue. This lie invigorates Vegeta, and he tells you to come with him to take care of the threat. The two of you then head off to take care of the Super Saiyan, despite the king's own son protesting that idea. Though, you know there's nothing to worry about. You just gotta keep Vegeta occupied and distracted for a while, which is exactly what you do. You and Vegeta search nearby the supposed attack area, and you go along with the charade, acting as if you must have just missed the Super Saiyan. Vegeta then grows frustrated after all this time of searching for nothing. So, the two of you return to your father, and Vegeta wastes no time in exiting the ship to bitch out your daddy for not knowing where the Super Saiyan's true location is. As you follow Paragus and Vegeta, another Saiyan seems to have arrived on the planet. The man greets Vegeta, and you stop in your tracks as you stare the man down. Something inside of you wants to snap for some reason. Your power just wants to explode out of you. Though, you're suddenly snapped out of it when some of the Earthlings that arrived with Vegeta cause a ruckus. You calm down enough to return to your room, but the moment you sit, your energy overwhelms you and you try your best to suppress the rage and power as you just sit there, but only one word can reach your thoughts through the struggle. Kakarot. You try your damnedest to control the power, but your mind is nowhere near as powerful as your rage and brute strength. You succumb to your anger and rush out of your chambers to where Vegeta's guests are sleeping. Without hesitation, you charge at the Saiyan who'd caused all of this as he sleeps. The man then awakens just before your fist turns his skull to mush, dodging your attack. But you just keep on attacking and he just keeps on dodging, asking you what's wrong. He clearly doesn't want to fight you, but you have every intention of destroying him. You know who this Saiyan is. He's the very same bastard who filled your first few memories with nothing but That's right. This asshole in orange is the one and only Kakarot, the legendary super crybaby bitch. You continue attacking Kakarot at full throttle, unleashing all of your pent-up rage on the Saiyan, but Kakarot dodges everything you throw at him with ease. You begin letting out a primal scream at Kakarot, but your father suddenly rushes in and pleads for you to calm down. Paragus raises his arm to you and activates his funny little wrist thingies, causing you to power down and come to your senses. Papa P then leads you back to your room as Kakarot stands there, confused. The next day, Vegeta prepares to leave the planet, angered by this massive waste of time. Paragus makes up one last lie and tells Vegeta that the legendary Super Saiyan should be found by tomorrow at the latest. Though, as this conversation goes underway, Kakarot confronts Vegeta and informs him that Paragus has been lying to him. Kakarot somehow realized that you are the legendary Super Saiyan, and he tells Vegeta just that. Vegeta's son then shows up as well and exposes even more of the plan. The ruins, the slaves, the fake soldiers, all but the comet itself. With everything now out in the open, your father folds under absolutely zero fucking pressure and reveals the rest of the plan to Vegeta. He rants on and on about his plan, his hate for Vegeta, all of it laid bare for the prince to see outright. Though, you couldn't give less of a fuck about all that. Right now, the only thing you're focused on is Kakarot. It's all that fills your head. Just seeing him and feeling his energy is enough to trigger your darkest of memories. You begin walking towards Kakarot and powering up, yelling his name over and over again. You want nothing more than to exterminate this crybaby warrior. And this time, your father can't stop your onslaught. Vegeta attempts to stop you though, but his attacks bounce off you like fleas bouncing off my hairy fucking nutsack. You begin letting out yet another primal scream as your energy overflows and your thoughts play on repeat. Kakarot! 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 Your power is then fully unleashed, and you enter your truly legendary form. Now that you've gone full legendary apeshit monkey mode, it's time to Kakarot all over the fucking place, baby. Let's go! Woo!
Kakarot! Kakarot!
He has devolved into saying only a single word. Time to hit the old cosmic trail.
Kakarot?
Oh, hi, son.
Kakarot!
No, it's your father. I was just prepping this pod for us to leave before the comet hits.
Kakarot! Kakarot!
Broly, be a good boy. Show your daddy the love he has shown you.
Hug! Kakarot!
After Kakarotting both the Shamoan's homeworld and your dad into fucking oblivion, you begin Kakarotting all over Kakarot's little Kakarot, though Kakarot then Kakarots on your Kakarot, but you retaliate with a quick Kakarot. But Kakarot is still Kakarotting, so you gotta hit his friends with some Kakarot. But Kakarot ain't having none of that, so he Kakarots you so damn hard that you fucking Kakarot into a million little pieces as the planet goes up in flames and Kakarots all around you, thanks to the Comet Komori's blazing hot Kakarot. As you turn to dust and bone, your mind is filled with the same trauma it's always been filled with. The knife plunged into your chest, Kakarot's incessant crying reminding you of it all, your father, you. Why did King Vegeta cast you aside? You could have saved the Saiyan race. You would have been a great warrior. But instead the king allowed a weak, whining brat to live over a prodigy such as yourself. Maybe in another timeline, things could have been different. But for now, the life of Broly seems to be no more. Kakarot bested you with the power of friendship and ass-pull power-ups. My dear, poor, sweet baby boy Broly, may you rest in Kakarot.
Hey! Broly! Say my name!
Despite how things looked, turns out you didn't really explode along with the planet. The explosion and Goku's punch may have severely injured you, but it didn't kill you. Just like Kakarot, you survived thanks to the power of ass-pull power-ups. With your last bit of energy, you hop in a space pod in order to travel to Earth, passing out almost instantly upon your arrival on the blue dust ball. Before you have time to heal, you're frozen in place where you landed, leaving you in stasis as you await freedom. Years go by as you lie there, frozen and unable to move or think straight. You don't even know how long you've been trapped. You can't see, you can't hear shit, and you can't feel a damn thing. Though, eventually, a sound reaches you deep within the ice, a sound you're all too familiar with. The anger-inducing sound of... This loud-ass sobbing pricks your ears, reminding you of Kakarot and your defeat at his hands, thus giving you the strength you need to fully awake and break free from your icy tomb. Once you've blasted out of the ice, you're confronted by an Earth woman in a pink dress. You instantly begin attacking the woman, and as you enjoy your rousing round of beating women, 2 Saiyan children fly in to join the fight. So, you then enjoy a rousing round of beating the shit out of some middle schoolers. The 2 kids then even go Super Saiyan during your battle, but they still aren't any match for you. You're the legendary Ass Blaster 9000, and ain't no fucking kids are gonna keep you from Kakarotting all over the place, god damn it. the kids begin taunting you and goading you into attacking, so you oblige and bull charge the little cunts like the meathead you are. After you do so, one of the boys takes you on alone for a bit, and this purple-haired kid actually has some power behind his flashy moves. The boy holds you off for a while, but in the end, he still can't overpower you, not even slightly. Though, the kid still keeps you distracted as he runs away and hides from you. Every time you catch up to him, he just slips away again and again. The kid somehow keeps running. Eventually, the kid comes out of hiding when his friend calls for him. The pair of Seiya babies then begin boasting once more as if they've done something important. They start praying or something to these 7 golden balls with stars on them, but not a dang thing happens. So you grab the purple-haired boy and start stretching him out in a way that would make Conquest from Invincible proud. As you stretch and squeeze the boy, a warm liquid begins leaking onto your face, catching you off guard and causing you to loosen your grip. You quickly realize that the liquid is coming from the purple kid's pants. The little fucker is legit just straight up pissing on you right now. Nuh-uh. Ain't no damn way. You toss the kid into the water with all of your anger and start powering up to finish the kids once and for all. You're tired of playing babysitter. It's time to get real. You fire off 2 energy blasts toward the children, landing the first one, though as the second blast nears them, it's knocked away by another blast of energy. And that energy feels all too familiar. It feels the same as Kakarot's. You begin raising your energy as you scream Kakarot's name, calling for the man to show himself. However, when you see who truly fired the energy, you realize that it isn't Kakarot, but it's another Saiyan. You charge the mystery warrior anyways, but he proves to be more formidable than the kids before him. The Saiyan blocks your attacks and dodges as best he can, but you can tell he's growing strained. Even when the new fighter goes Super Saiyan himself and lures you into a pit of lava, you still aren't damaged all that much. When you arise from the lava, you blast away an Earthling that rushed in to help Mystery Saiyan, removing the Earthling scum from the fight just as quickly as he entered it. You then continue beating the bricks off of the mysterious warrior, crushing him in a bear hug and blasting him full of your hot and steamy energy. No homo. As you crush the man, the woman from before returns and attacks you again, but she's used up all of her power and collapses to the ground after a pathetic attempt on your life. The Mystery Saiyan then breaks free from your grasp and the warrior lets out a powerful energy blast aimed your way, and you return the favor, letting out your own blast, engaging in a beam struggle with the fighter. Your blast seems to be overpowering the mystery man at first, but one of the Saiyan children quickly awake to join in. The boy fires his own blast, combining his energy with the Mystery Saiyan. But this still isn't enough to stop your power. You continue laughing to yourself and pushing back their energy. Even when some divine intervention bullshit happens and Kakarot suddenly appears from what seems to be the afterlife, you aren't that swayed. It just pisses you off. Kakarot joins the kid and Mystery Man, firing his own energy blast your way. But you refuse to give in. You keep fighting back. You are the legendary Super Saiyan. You are Broly motherfucking no last name. King Vegeta couldn't kill you. The destruction of 2 planets couldn't kill you. Kakarot couldn't kill you then, and he shouldn't be able to kill you now. Nothing can kill you. Not a damn fucking thing. You won't die here. You can't. You need to exterminate these Saiyan traitors. You need to kill the ever-living shit out of Kakarot. But it looks like you won't be able to. Just like before, you're defeated by the power of friendship and ass-pull power-ups. But unlike last time, you done diddly straight up fucking died for real this time. On God, no cap, on Jeezy, you're fucking dead. You'll never be seen or heard from ever again. The life of Broly has truly ended this time, right?
Yes, very good, son. This is Broly.
Impossible!
What's wrong?
His battle power is like, the scanner can't even measure it.
Well, that's going to do it for this video, and before you comment, no, I'm not going to do Bio Broly. For one, that movie is dog water, and for two, Bio Broly is just a clone of the original Broly, so his point of view doesn't really count. OG Broly is dead and done with, so I don't give a rat's ass about his clone. Regardless, if you enjoyed this video and want to see a dedicated video on Broly's resurgence in Dragon Ball Super, then leave a like, comment, and subscribe while you're down there. Though, if you really enjoyed, then you should go check out some of our other content. I promise it'll make you giggle and shit just like this one. Anyways, that's all from me today. Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, and goodbye. Mwah.